So after reloading some shells in this video, I found that the overshot cards I just got from Ballistic Products are thicker than the old overshot cards that I've had in my stock for quite some time. So what I'm going to do is just going to show you what the differences are. I'm just going to take and measure it here, and it's measuring at right around 0.23. I'm not sure if that's going to show up, but we'll try it. 0.23, and then that's the old overshot cards, and then the new overshot card is 0.42, and I've found that that makes a huge difference when you're crimping your hulls. So I guess the most important thing about this is when you're putting your hulls together, and if you do decide to use the overshot card to go in between the powder and the hull to prevent the creep from the powder going up along the side of the hull, definitely pay attention to the thicknesses of your overshot cards. That way what is going to happen is if you do use the 0.042 overshot card that in the manner that I show you in this video, what happens is you will end up crushing the hull, which I did do, and took me a little bit to figure out exactly what's going on, but I did get it figured out. The one thing that you can do with these, so they're not worthless, they will work. What I did go through, and you can see here I've got multiples of them. I just take and cut them in half. So these here, now that I've cut them in half, they are measuring 0.2. Oh, I just bumped it. Right around 0.02. I can take and check another one here, but they're all right around that 0.2 now. They might be just a touch over, but it's enough where it's not going to affect the hull crimp. It bumps between 0.02 and 0.026, so 0.025 and 0.026. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm just going to turn the camera down and zoom into it and show you what I'm actually doing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the thick overshot card, and I'm going to use my knife to poke right down the middle of it, and then you cut it in half, and you end up with 2 overshot cards. There's a package of 500, so now if I keep using them the way I'm using them, I'll have almost 1,000 of them. So again, there's a cut in half. It's right at 0.023. That'll get you right in the thickness of what you need. This one here is a little bit thinner, which is fine, 0.016. The biggest thing is you do not want it to be thicker than the 0.24. Again, you just put your knife down in between it. You just push down nice and easy, and you get 2 overshot cards now. So just make sure that when you're making up your rounds that you check for height and the height and the wad, so that you know that you'll get a decent crimp. Again, I did have one that actually crushed on me and is now junk because it's weakened and I won't be able to use it. But anyway, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a load in these clear Cheddite hulls. I just want to see what they look like, and see if we can see if there's any powder creep or not. That's a real nice thing about having the clear hull, is you'll be able to see that. Then it'll give you an opportunity to actually test out how these hulls are going to you know, without them being once fired, they're obviously new, and I haven't attempted to do any of the crimping on a brand new hull. So I'm interested to see how that works with the MEC. So I'm going to move some things around here and we'll load up. I'm just going to be loading a goose load today. I did some target shooting the other day with goose loads. We were actually shooting clay pigeons just to see if we were able to hit them, and we did quite well hitting the clay pigeons with the goose loads. Anyway, so I'm going to move some things around, get my other press out, and get going. Alright, we're going to start out with measuring out the powder. You guys have seen this if you watched any of my other videos. Just do it real quick, see what it looks like. Again, I'm going to put that into the brand new Cheddite hull. First one I'm going to use is the overshot card. Using a TPS wad. Looking at that, looks really nice. There's no creep at all. And a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch felt cushion wad. I'm going to do this with a 6-point crimp. Actually looks really nice. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Well, that's what it looks like. And we'll put a taper on it also. This one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the napkin, just see what the appearance is on the load using the napkin to prevent the shot from creeping by. I will say what I can see right now is it definitely looks nicer using the overshot card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull that right back out and use the overshot cards. Got a little bit of powder stuck on the napkin here, so I'm just going to remeasure out the powder. Make sure I get the right amount in there. And just show, we'll see how it all works. It's got some powder on the hull, so I'm going to pour the powder in. Powder amount was perfect. And go right to the overshot card. Put that down in there, and there is no powder whatsoever. So definitely gonna start using the overshot card all the time. Ounce and an eighth of BBs. Again, very nice looking shotgun shell. Use that for goose hunting. Advantage of that is I'll be able to pick them up, and I'll, for some reason, if I am wondering what's in it, I can see exactly what's inside of it. And we'll just seal those two off. I think what I'm going to do is actually make up a couple of the duck loads just to take a look and see what those look like. Again, I'm just going to put the powder in here. I'll get the overshot card. TPS wad. Push it down in there, and absolutely no powder creep. What I'm going to be using is number 5 shot steel. This here is going to be a ounce and an eighth load also. For 92 grains. And we're going to put a 1/8 inch cushion wad in the top. And give it a good taper. And that's what the duck load is going to look like. Take a load up one more. I'm not sure what everybody's having for luck on getting powder. I have finally been able to locate some of the Alliance steel shot. I've noticed that the powder is definitely coming back into stock and much easier to get. I've been looking for Alliance steel since December of 2022 and finally found some at Ballistic Products. It's second week of September is about when I located it. So I got some of that coming also from Ballistic Products, and I know I've also located Blue Dot. I've seen multiple other different brands and styles of powder, so it's actually looking pretty good. Again, no powder creep, everything's getting pushed down in there. So if you're able to find powder and or if you're struggling, I'm just kind of curious how everybody's doing with getting all of the necessary powders and primers for doing your reloading. So again, very nice looking shotgun shell. I do like the looks of the Cheddite clear hulls. I might have to purchase some more of them. Maybe try some 3-inch now that I've been able to locate the Alliance steel.